Welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We're coming to you live from New York City.
Yes, so.
How are you all doing? I could see that you all survived the Valentine's Day. Different men, they have different opinions on Valentine's Day. There are those who believe that, it's commercialized, it's too commercialized.
Yeah.
Forget them. I believe if you're in love with someone, no Boko Haram bomb will be too dangerous for you to diffuse with your hands.
That's right.
One loser went as far as telling me that each year 280,000 Nigerians are infected with HIV.
No.
And so what, I said? War hasn't ended because men may die in war. And then then the man said that 100,000 of those infections occur on Valentine's Day.
No.
What a loser. I wasn't lucky with the ladies when I was growing up. But I did not take my anger on Valentine's Day.
Yes, sir.
I placed my anger squarely on Whitney Houston's feet. She promised me that she will always love me. She promised me. But that's okay. That's all right. I'm gonna make it anyway. Anyway, some people are crazy. They do crazy stuff about Valentine's Day.
Yes, sir.
This year was not different. The Sultan of Sokoto sent roses, a dozen roses to Boko Haram. Now, that is a player who wants to stay alive.
That's right.
But a loser like President Jonathan, instead of sending roses, sent a postcard in which he complained that he was tired of hearing bombing stories.
Holy stuff.
The Boko Haram people their reaction was classic. They wrote back and said, hey, yeah, you should have told us before now. Nothing challenges a relationship like Valentine's Day. It answers the big question, is he into you? This year, the measure of who was into who was the new posh phone. Ladies, if you got the new posh phone, it shows that you are the mistress.
That's right.
Yeah. But if you got with the $100,000 Jeep, then you are the favorite hooker. Oh yes. As our senators just received a brand new $100,000 Jeep each. It is their reward for screwing up Nigeria.
Why?
Like all hookers, they justify their gift by pointing out their ability to bring about a happy ending. It wasn't a happy ending for General Muhammadu Buhari. Yeah.
No.
The other day, he was kicked out of his rented house in Abuja because he could not afford the rent. He has to move his stuff to Kaduna. The good thing was that he needed just 2 Ghana must-go bags to grab his property. That's it. The other people not having a happy ending are Boko Haram suicide bombers. As the SSS tortures some of these leaders of Boko Haram, we are getting a bit of information on the nature of the operation they run. It happens that they offer suicide bombers share options. Oh yeah, it's sophisticated. The bombers cash their shares in heaven in the form of 72 virgins. These are stupid people. I mean, Olumba chief gets twice that number here on earth. On earth, why must you die to get 72 virgins? For those not lucky to be selected to be on a suicide mission, they have to make do with widows of the dead suicide bombers. That is like Tokumbo Jeep.
Yes,
when people are getting the brand new, getting Tokumbo. In an unrelated story, according to a study published last week, the number of Nigerians living in poverty has increased to 93%.
Including me.
Taking away the governors, the ministers, local government chairmen, oil importers, government contractors, general overseers of churches, and famous Babalawo.
Damn.
The only other person who is not living in poverty is Aliko Dangote. Oh yeah.
Samantha.
Dangote just opened a $1 billion cement factory.
Where?
$1 billion. During the opening ceremony, President Jonathan assured Nigerians that from now on, the price of cement will now depend on Dangote's mood that morning. In her own speech, the president's wife Patience Jonathan begged Nigerians to cover Dangote with the blood of Jesus.
Oh, Bella!
Despite his fear of women, Two-Face Idibia this week proposed to one of his baby mamas.
No!
Yeah. The music star picked Annie Macaulay of the African Queen fame.
No!
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. The rest of the baby mamas not picked have taken the front row seat of all upcoming P-Square concerts.
Fellow widows!
Oh, yeah. They told Entertainment Weekly newspaper that once Peter or Jude autographs their boobs, their comeback is assured. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. You know, until I read about P-Squares and their exploits, how women were lining up for them to touch their boobs, I was beginning to think I was a star. But now I know I'm far from it. Talking about stars, the Zambian national team won the African Cup of Nations. Up Zambia, up Zambia. They defeated the highly rated Ivory Coast team using just homegrown boys. It was a thrill to watch. It was wonderful. However, the group of Zambians who really impressed the world most were not the boys who played for the Zambian team, but the prostitutes who offered free sex in celebration. Oh, yeah. Nigerian government officials were so impressed by the boys, oh, no, sorry, I mean the sex, that they sent a special delegation to Zambia to welcome the boys.
At the back!
Yeah. Guess what? Who led the delegation? Olusegun Obasanjo. I hope Nigeria will learn something from this Zambian success story.
Yes.
I don't mean the national team, they are beyond
sir.
repair. I'm
Yes,
talking
sir.
about
Yes,
our
sir.
women of easy virtue. They should learn something from this. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. In a recent survey, the University of Benin was rated #1 university in Nigeria.
Ow!
Some are wondering, how did that happen? With all the secret calls and everything. It happened that it was very easy. The panel had to award the top spots to Uniben just to stop Honorable Patrick Obayabon, who represented the university from talking any further. In Imo State, Governor Rocha Sokorocha made waves this week when he declared free education for all in Imo State.
Damn!
He is also giving students free money to go to school.
Wow.
The move impressed everyone, but not the governor of Gombe State.
Sure?
The Gombe State governor called a world press conference to warn the Imo State counterpart not to make that mistake.
Hey.
He said, "We offered free education and free money, but guess what? Only 17 out of 18,000 students in Gombe State passed WAEC.
Damn!
17 out of 18,000 students. Now, if you take out my nephew, my niece, and the second cousin's daughter, who have all been evacuated from Gombe State, you actually have 14 out of 18,000. Meanwhile, the University of Lagos graduated 8,000 students this week. I bet you 8 out of them are from Gombe State. I leave you with this uplifting story. Sports Illustrated just revealed its swimsuit issue. Oh yeah. Now, here is a model from Nigeria who made it on the cover. What? Yeah. Watch.
I've never been to Australia. The location, hello, like sun, beach, you have the rainforest, it's nature at its best. My very first shoot with SI can be very intimidating, and here's this, legendary photographer, and it's just like, woo, my goodness. But Walter is so warm and kind, and he just gave me the direction and the guidance, when I needed it. My first helicopter ride was amazing. When I saw the little island, it looked really small, but as we got closer, it was so perfect. It looked like someone just kind of placed it there. The sand looked soft, and it was soft. It was fun rolling in the sand. Parts of the water, it just looked like it was like glowing green, and the turquoise and the coral reef. I'm like places like that don't exist. All the pictures are just like, that's me? These are hot. But I think the one that really stood out was after the gondola ride in the rainforest against the trees. when I was in the jungle. It had like that jungle kind of like feel. I just felt like a warrior princess, like jungle woman in there. It was kind of hot. SI definitely exceeded my expectation, and I'll never forget this experience.
If you don't like what you are seeing, you must be a Boko Haram member. Until next week, that's our show. I Diagnose.
You hear yourself.
Thank you.
I'm on the rock, and then I take a stop. I had to run like a fugitive.
Welcome to Forstview Luxury Hotel. At Forstview Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forstview Luxury Hotel. We are located at number 1 Adeola Mishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 08075787135 or 08099900601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.forceviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Forstview Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.